When was the last time you thought about your prostate? I don't mean during a doctor's visit or when you're up at 3 a.m. trying to empty your bladder again. I mean, really thought about it. What it's doing, what it's going through, and what silent forces might be affecting it every single day without you even realizing it. Because here's the truth. Prostate problems don't show up overnight. They build slowly, quietly, and often invisibly until one day you find yourself dealing with uncomfortable symptoms, unexpected diagnoses, or worse, serious complications that could have been prevented years ago with just a few simple changes. And here's the kicker. Many of those changes start not with pills or procedures, but with your plate. That's right. The foods you eat every day, the ones that feel totally normal, even healthy, may be silently enlarging your prostate, messing with your hormones, and setting you up for inflammation, urinary trouble, and declining quality of life. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 common foods that could be silently harming your prostate, not with fear, but with clarity. Because once you know what to avoid and what to do instead, you can reclaim comfort, confidence, and control of your health again. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could very well change the way you eat and the way you age. Number 9, pastries and refined carbs, croissants, donuts, bagels, white rice, fluffy white bread. These refined carbs are everywhere, and they're hard to resist. They're cheap, convenient, and incredibly satisfying in the moment. But here's what your prostate wishes you knew. These fast carbs quickly break down into sugar, causing dramatic blood sugar spikes followed by insulin surges. When this becomes routine, your body starts to produce more IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, a hormone known to stimulate cell growth, including in the prostate. And that's just the start. Diets high in refined carbs are linked to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and systemic inflammation, a dangerous trio for men over 60. All of these conditions directly contribute to the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and can worsen urinary symptoms like dribbling, urgency, or incomplete emptying. So what should you do? Start by reading ingredient labels and replacing refined grains with whole grain alternatives: oats, barley, brown rice, and quinoa. Add fiber-rich vegetables and legumes to slow sugar absorption and ease the burden on your hormones. Think of it this way. You're not just choosing a better carb, you're choosing a better future. Number 8, non-organic produce. Fruits and vegetables are essential to good health. No debate there. But if you're consistently eating conventionally grown produce, especially those on the dirty dozen list, you might be unknowingly absorbing pesticide residues that act as xenoestrogens, synthetic chemicals that mimic estrogen inside your body. This estrogenic effect disrupts your testosterone balance and can stimulate unwanted prostate tissue growth. Over time, the imbalance may lead to symptoms of prostate enlargement and inflammation. The problem isn't the produce itself, it's what's been sprayed on it. In fact, certain pesticides have been shown in lab studies to alter androgen receptor activity, disturb hormone function, and even trigger DNA changes in prostate cells. That's not something you want building up in your body. To protect yourself, consider buying organic versions of the most heavily sprayed produce: strawberries, apples, spinach, grapes, and peppers. Even better, Wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly with a mix of water, vinegar, and baking soda. You're already doing the right thing by eating fruits and vegetables. This is just the upgrade your prostate needs. Number 7, cheese and full-fat dairy. Who doesn't love a slice of sharp cheddar or a creamy scoop of ice cream? Dairy is comforting and nostalgic, but it may be doing more harm than good for your prostate. Full-fat dairy products are high in saturated fats, and when consumed in large quantities, they can raise inflammatory markers and encourage hormonal imbalances. Some studies have found a correlation between high intake of dairy and increased risk of prostate cancer, while others connected to worsening BPH symptoms. But here's the key issue. Many conventional dairy products contain residual growth hormones and estrogenic compounds from cows that were treated to produce more milk. These compounds can subtly amplify estrogen levels in men and suppress testosterone, exactly the hormonal pattern that fuels prostate overgrowth. You don't need to give up all dairy, just be smart about it. Choose organic and hormone-free dairy when possible. Opt for low-fat or fermented versions like Greek yogurt or kefir. Explore delicious plant-based swaps like almond, oat, or cashew milk. Your prostate doesn't need more hormones. It needs balance, and every bite counts. Number 6, alcohol. That evening drink may feel like it takes the edge off, but for your prostate, it can be like pouring fuel on a slow-burning fire. Alcohol, especially in larger amounts, disrupts hormone regulation by impairing liver function. Your liver is responsible for metabolizing excess estrogen and toxins, and when it's busy processing alcohol, it can't effectively clear out hormonal waste. This leaves more estrogen circulating in your system, contributing to prostate tissue growth. Alcohol is also a known diuretic, increasing urine output, which may seem harmless. But for men with an enlarged prostate, it can aggravate nighttime urination, bladder irritation, and urgency. Over time, heavy alcohol use is also linked to increased inflammation, which can trigger chronic prostate swelling. But let's be realistic. You don't need to eliminate alcohol completely. Just limit intake to 1 to 2 drinks a few times per week, and try not to drink late at night. If you enjoy the ritual of a drink, explore non-alcoholic options, mocktails, herbal teas, or sparkling water with lemon. That won't sabotage your hormones. Remember, moderation isn't restriction, it's self-respect for the man you're becoming. Number 5, vegetable oils when overheated. Canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, these are staples in many kitchens, advertised as heart-healthy and neutral-tasting. But here's what happens when you heat these oils at high temperatures, like in stir-frying or deep-frying. They oxidize, producing free radicals and inflammatory compounds. This oxidative stress damages cells, disrupts hormone function, and fuels inflammation, which in turn can promote enlargement of the prostate gland. Not to mention, many of these oils are highly processed, stripped of nutrients, and made from genetically modified crops, which further complicates their effects on your endocrine system. And here's a kicker. Some processed oils contain omega-6 fatty acids in disproportionately high amounts, which can shift your body's inflammatory balance in the wrong direction when not countered with omega-3s. Upgrade your oils by using extra virgin olive oil for dressings and light sautéing, choosing avocado oil for higher heat cooking, avoiding deep frying and reusing oils, especially in old pans. Your prostate needs an anti-inflammatory environment, and the oil you cook with plays a bigger role than you might think. Number 4, fried foods. Golden, crispy, delicious. Fried foods are an American favorite, but they're also a major driver of prostate-unfriendly inflammation. Why? Because when food is deep fried, it absorbs large amounts of trans fats and oxidized oils, which trigger the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines in the body. Over time, this inflammation becomes chronic, silently damaging tissues, including the prostate. Fried foods are also high in calories and unhealthy fats, contributing to weight gain and visceral fat, the kind that throws your hormones out of balance and leads to lower testosterone and higher estrogen levels. Worse still, the high heat cooking process creates toxic compounds like acrylamides, ages, and other mutagens, which have been linked to tissue changes and cell overgrowth. It's not just about your waistline, it's about your cellular environment. Cutting down on fried foods is one of the simplest, most impactful steps you can take to preserve your prostate health. Choose baked, steamed, grilled, or roasted alternatives. You'll keep the flavor without inviting inflammation to the party. Number 3, red and processed meats, steak dinners, grilled burgers, and Sunday bacon. These comfort staples come with a hidden cost. Red meats like beef, lamb, and pork are rich in saturated fats. And when processed, think bacon, ham, and sausages, they're preserved with nitrates, nitrites, and salt, all of which create an environment ripe for chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. Grilling or pan-frying these meats at high temperatures produces heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both linked to cell damage and increased cancer risk, including in the prostate. Diets high in red and processed meats have been linked to greater prostate volume, higher PSA levels, and worse urinary symptoms. And that's not just theory, that's backed by large-scale observational studies. If meat is a big part of your diet, try rotating in. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines, lean poultry, legumes and lentils, tofu or tempeh for plant-based days. You're not giving up flavor, you're gaining longevity, comfort, and peace of mind. Number 2, store-bought protein bars and meal replacements. It says high protein. It looks healthy and it promises energy. But what's inside that sleek little wrapper? Usually a combination of soy protein isolates, added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and chemical preservatives, all of which can disrupt hormones and fuel chronic inflammation. Some bars even contain sugar alcohols or sucralose, which may alter gut bacteria and worsen insulin sensitivity, a key factor in hormonal stability. And soy isolate? While not dangerous in small doses, it does contain phytoestrogens, which can subtly mimic estrogen and suppress testosterone if consumed frequently. Meal replacements aren't much better. They often lack fiber, overload on carbs, and give you a sugar roller coaster your body doesn't need. So what's the alternative? Make your own protein bars with nuts, seeds, oats, and dates. Choose clean label options with 10 ingredients or fewer. Focus on whole food meals. They're naturally balanced and cheaper in the long run. Being busy doesn't mean being careless. Your body deserves real fuel, not a glorified candy bar in disguise. Number 1, sugar in all its forms. Sugar is sweet, but it's anything but innocent. Refined sugar and its many hidden forms, high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, cane juice, etc. are among the most powerful pro-inflammatory agents in the modern diet. Excess sugar increases insulin resistance, drives up visceral fat, and creates a cascade of hormonal disruptions. More body fat equals more estrogen production, and less insulin sensitivity equals less testosterone. A deadly combo for your prostate. And it's not just candy. Sugar hides in sauces, breads, dressings, yogurt, and even healthy cereals. The result? Chronic inflammation, hormonal confusion, and accelerated prostate tissue growth. To reverse this, start small. Ditch sugary drinks. Read food labels religiously. Satisfy sweet cravings with fruit, dark chocolate, or cinnamon tea. Cutting sugar isn't punishment, it's power. And your prostate will thank you every single day. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one important thought. Your health is not just a number on a chart or a diagnosis in a file. It's your freedom, your dignity, your ability to live fully, to laugh without discomfort, to sleep through the night without interruption, to be present with the people you love, and to wake up each morning feeling strong, confident, and in control. But none of that happens by accident. It begins with awareness. It grows with education, and it becomes real when you take action, even small ones, like choosing a different food at the store or deciding today is the day you start paying attention to what your body has been trying to tell you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, not just for me, but so that YouTube knows this is information worth sharing. Share it with a friend, a brother, a husband, a father, someone who may need to hear this but hasn't been paying attention to their health the way they should. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We're building a community here, not of fear, but of hope, not of shortcuts, but of wisdom. And every week, I'll be right here bringing you research-backed, heart-centered guidance to help you live your healthiest, most empowered life, no matter your age. So, take what you've learned today, start small, stay consistent, and never forget, it's never too late to change your story. Thank you for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.